One organization aims to contribute in addressing the challenges of water, sanitation, and hygiene, also called WASH, in Africa. Face Africa is a US-based nonprofit organization bringing clean drinking water to some of the most remote areas in Liberia. Joining me now from New York is Amy Sinclair, CEO and founder of Sinclair Social and social media director for Face Africa. Amy, welcome to Africa 54.
Hi, I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
It's great to have you. Listen, World Water Day is coming up this Friday. Talk to us about the issue of water hygiene and sanitation in sub-Saharan Africa, particularly in the region where you work.
Yeah, so there's about 350 million people in sub-Saharan Africa who do not have access to safe drinking water, which causes countless illnesses and lots of infant deaths, particularly in Liberia. This is quite an issue for them because of the civil war that they just went through. So there really is very little access to indoor plumbing throughout the entire country. And of course, in the remote areas, there's no access at all. So people are walking maybe 2 to 3 hours to get water back and forth, which means they can't go to school, they can't work, and primarily this is affecting women and children.
So Face Africa has been focusing on alleviating some of these challenges since you've been implemented a few years ago. Talk to us about the scope of your work.
Yeah, so Face Africa has been focused primarily in Liberia and more recently has moved into Nigeria. And we have been able to affect over 150,000 people. We have completed over 100 water projects and also have brought solutions to over 12,000 households in Liberia. And most recently just completely solved the water crisis for the entire county of River Cess, which is quite amazing. They've been doing this work for about 10 years. It was started by a woman by the name of Saran Kaba-Jones, who's Liberian, and decided she needed to help her country. And through her efforts and our amazing host committee, who's really supportive, we've been able to raise money year after year at a gala that we have here in New York City to help bring the whole diaspora together so that we can focus on helping Africa. And it's really important to note that Face Africa is African-led, and their main objective is to find ways to get the African community, the African-American and Caribbean community involved in helping solve this crisis. 1 in 3 people over there on the continent are affected by this problem of not having access to clean water. And so if you talk to people from the diaspora and from the continent, they have to know at least one person who has this issue. So it affects us all.
It does affect so many people. So, Amy, talk to us about the type of impact you've seen. You said that you really challenge yourself and brought up a solution in an entire community by bringing clean water. But concretely, what kind of impact do you see in the lives of mothers, children, husbands? What do you see?
Yeah, so I just came back from Liberia and saw the work on the ground myself. And it was quite amazing to see how this has affected plenty of communities. I think more specifically when it comes to education, making sure there's clean water and sanitation and hygiene solutions make it very easy for kids to have time to actually go to school. And when they're in school, they can focus on learning and the country can build. So it also makes it possible so that those who are in the villages who are walking back and forth to get water no longer have to do those things and can do other things.
And quickly, in 10 seconds, talk to us briefly about the gala. What is to be expected this Saturday?
Yeah, it's going to be an amazing event. We have our honoree Didier Drogba, we have Bozoma St. John, we have Nomzamo Mbata with us to also help spread the word about what we're doing and also the work that they've been doing. We have about 400 people who are going to come together for this event, and we are sold out. And I think the main objective is just to raise awareness.
Fantastic. All in the support of WASH. Thank you so much, Amy, for joining us today. And that was Amy Sinclair. She is social media director for Face Africa.